Hey, what's up y'all? This your boy K-Drama. I'm chilling in the studio. I want to take y'all behind the scenes of my new single, Today, featuring Scott Sims, that I produced. It's the first single from my upcoming album, Whetherman, dropping July 27th. If you haven't seen the cover already, here it is. Shout out to my man Brandon Smith, who really brought this idea to life. He did the photography for it and the art design, so I'm really grateful for him. If you want to pre-order the project, you can pre-order it right now on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, or if you like physical copies, such as myself, I like to look at the credits and see the extra pictures, then you can pre-order it on CD at playwrightmusic.com. So let's switch screens and I'm going to show y'all how I came up with the beat for my new song Today featuring Scott Sims. Alright, so I got my session open for today in Pro Tools. Pro Tools is the primary DAW that I use to produce tracks. I also use Logic. Sometimes I use Reason as a standalone DAW, and I even have analog equipment, some that I used in this beat, but typically these days I use Pro Tools to compose tracks. So I'm going to play some of the sounds that I used in the beat. Try not to make this too long, but I definitely want to get y'all behind the scenes. Maybe it'll give you some inspiration on VSTs you could use or invest in. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this. So first one I'm going to play is the main sound that you hear in the beat. It's from Omnisphere. Omnisphere I highly recommend. One of my favorite VSTs I enjoy using in my beats. And it's not a sample. Some people think it's a sample. But this sound, it's all played within Omnisphere. And I didn't do anything extra to it. It's just the way it sounds when you play it. So I'm going to play it for y'all. Yeah, so that's the main sound I use. I love this sound. The minute I heard it, I was like, gotta use it. And it's what really inspired the entire song. So I'm gonna make this inactive because I am playing the MIDI track. And these VSTs are very powerful. They take up a lot of CPU power. So typically what I do is I bus the instrument MIDI track into a audio wave file. That way I can free up CPU power by making the VST inactive. So I'm gonna play another sound that I used in the beat. I played a bass, and the bass is from Contact, which is a Native Instrument plugin. I love Contact's sounds because a lot of them sound authentic. Of course they're not the real thing, but they're pretty close. So I'm gonna play this for y'all. And as you can hear, like you can even hear the strings as it's switching to different notes, which is another thing I enjoy about Contact, is you get a lot of those characteristics as you're playing the various sounds. And it's not just bass. I actually played some drums on this track and another. In fact, I'll go to it. I used the Abbey Road 60s drummer. I'm gonna make this active as well first. But we'll go down here actually to instrument 3, and I'm gonna play the hi-hats that I played. Play some open ones, and I played like I got a choke overhead in there, and so let me play it for y'all one good time. So here's how that goes. And as you can hear, like I played with the dynamics as well. And that's something that you have to do. You can either play it by hand, but what I do is after I play a hi-hat, I will manually go into my event operations. I'll go to change velocity, and I'll manually just change some of the MIDI ticks. I'll subtract the velocity so that it doesn't hit as hard, so that it sounds more authentic, like if a drummer was actually playing the hat. So I love to do that. And then another sound that I really like that some people were asking me where I got it from. It's this guitar slide that I play, and it's actually from Reason 4. And I know some people are like, wow, why haven't you upgraded to 11? Honestly, a lot of the sounds that I heard in 11, 12, whichever the latest one is, I have those same sounds in Reason 4. So, and instead of upgrading Reason, I just figured if a lot of the same sounds are in Reason 4, I could just buy another DAW. And so I ended up buying Logic instead of upgrading Reason. So I'm going to play this for y'all. Let me make it active. And I'm going to unmute it. But here's what it sounds like. So yeah, I love those kind of sounds. They just add a lot of characteristic. Adds a lot of character to the track. So I'm gonna mute that, make it inactive. I have this summertime sounding sound. I forget what song Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff sampled for that, but you hear it in a lot of those funk songs from the 70s. But I love it, and Master P used to use it a lot as well, like in I'm About It, different tracks. So that's where I think I got the inspiration to use this from. But I'm gonna play it for y'all. So it's from Nexus, but you can usually find this in most of the VSTs. But I love Nexus. Nexus is another one of my favorites. I'll play this. So yeah, and then let's see, almost at 10 minutes. So I'm gonna play some of the drums I use, and what I like to do in Pro Tools is I treat my drums like I'm editing vocals. Like, you know, if you chop in vocals and you do like stutter effects and different things, I treat my drums the same way. And so for instance, my snare, here's the kick. So I use a Vibe 809 single kick. I've been using this kick for years, and then I'm gonna play the snare with it. It's a snare I got from Boy Wonder, from one of his official kits, and his sounds hit really hard. That's why I like using them. But so yeah, let me play it. All right, so here's how the kick and the snare sound. And then I have a snare roll in, and what I did was I put the snare roll on a separate track and I turned it down like, what, 12 dBs. So oftentimes, again, what I like to do is I just like to import the drums and then I just add them wherever I want them. You see I got these grids, so I just lock all my drums into place. And if I have it on grid mode, it'll just go to the next line, versus if it's in slip mode, it won't go directly on beat. It'll go anywhere you want it, which sometimes that's a good tool to use, but typically I use the grid mode. And then yeah, so that's pretty much what makes up the beat. There's some other sounds. Oh, I did say I would show y'all the keyboard, because I played, oh, here it is. So what I did, for like 5 minutes, throughout the whole beat, oh, come on, go. For the whole beat, what I did was I just freestyle on the keyboard, and then I just took what I liked the most, and I just really copied and pasted them into different places. And I just wanted to add a touch of, you know, like this is a live composition. So here's and I played these from my Motif 6. I love, so as you can hear, and it's very subtle. I just add them in different places. And again, that's from the actual Motif. That's not a VST. I actually played that from the keyboard into Pro Tools. So yeah, that's basically how I made the beat. There's some other stuff I wish I could show you. It's just, I feel like it's gonna take too long. But let me know, like, if you like, man, you could have went longer, like, let me know in the comments. I plan on doing these with more beats that I've made, newer beats, older beats, and I want y'all to be able to hear how I made the beat, and hopefully it'll, you know, give you some ideas of what you can use. But here's how the beat sounds with all those things together, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.